Hey everyone, Civ here again, and I've been uploading a flurry of videos recently since there's been a ton of developments. This has been a crazy month for all things strategy gaming related, but I've just had another interesting topic pop up, which I thought it'd just be a disservice not to do a video on this, just to quickly inform all of you. But there's been a very huge mega thread here from Firaxis, basically thanking everyone on the Civ Reddit, interestingly enough, for the new Frontier Pass now that it is concluded with the final free DLC update in April. That was the biggest patch ever, I believe, especially with all the changes to the civs. Like half of them got huge changes. So basically, Anton Stringer, I won't hold you guys to it, but Anton Stringer, he made a huge thread here. It was actually pinned, believe it or not, to the Civ subreddit. And it sounds like a farewell thread, but let me just briefly read it to you guys. I can include a link in the description below if you guys want me to. But it says, "Hello, Civilization players. I am Anton Stringer, lead designer on the new Frontier Pass for Sid Meier's Civilization 6. As the team here at Firaxis reflected on our last 12 months with Civ, and note, last 12 months, I don't know if he's just being witty here or he's just referring to the last 12 months or the last final months with Civ. But the common thread is how grateful we are for you, our players, and the community you have built around this game. Your passion, enthusiasm, and insightful feedback have helped us shape this game into something great. This time last year, we started off the new Frontier Pass with the release of the Maya and Gran Colombia pack. We had just started working from home full time, which I understand as COVID has been extremely difficult, which was why they reused leader animations, but as COVID-19 precautions swept the world, as hard as that was, it brought into focus the role that our game plays in people's lives. One of my favorite parts of seeing your reactions to the past in the last year was how some of you, like me, were able to find a corner of solace and joy in Civ. Very true. Amidst the uncertain times we were living through, not being together physically heightened the importance of being together online through games and internet communities. We had always planned to have 6 community updates throughout the year to bring free content and balance tweaks to all our players, but these became more important than ever. They were a great way to check in with the community and see what was on your mind. While we had broad sketches early on for what to do with these updates, we stayed nimble, knowing that we would react to you playing the pass for yourselves and sharing your thoughts. The Barbarian Clans mode, the Tech and Civic Shuffle mode, the various pickers, dozens of balance changes, and countless other additions were inspired by your feedback, directly or indirectly. So it sounds like there were free updates that were already included, if I'm reading this correctly and just reading into it. But then the New Frontier Pass was just thought on later, since they were all at home and they wanted to kind of spice the schedule up. But the free updates were already going to be spread out. And then the New Frontier Pass, interestingly enough, contrary, I believe, to many people's theories, was actually added on after the scheduled free updates here, which is interesting. He's just reviewing or revealing a few of these facts here. But anyhow, with the New Frontier Pass, we wanted to build on our game's strengths, but also explore new directions that would benefit you, our players. The biggest change was consistent monthly updates, alternating between New Frontier Pass releases and the free community updates. Instead of having our players wait through months for a new expansion, we wondered, what if we released an update every month, with more transparency and open communication? The second big change was game modes. After the Gathering Storm expansion, the team at Firaxis was generally happy with the amount of complexity and systems in the game, but we also felt a hunger to try more experimental systems. We knew that not all players would like such systems in every game, which is very true, but we also knew that these systems were bigger than a standalone scenario and could flourish when mixed in with the core game. One of the things that makes Civilization special to me, both as a designer and as a player, is that it leaves room for the player to tell their own story. Replayability and fun combinations of outcomes, whether they mirror real history or diverge wildly from it, are what make our game truly unique. The addition of game modes was yet another dimension to add to the core strengths of replayability and player-driven story. By placing the power in your hands, we saw all sorts of fun combinations and results. We saw silly stories like Hercules teaming up with the vampires to fight zombie hordes. One of my favorite moments, though, was watching a streamer play on Twitch with Heroes and Legends mode. He explored the ocean with Sinbad only to run into the Bermuda Triangle, natural wonder, and teleport halfway around the world. I love that. And he burst out in surprised laughter. I think I would have to too. Or I would have too. But these serendipitous gameplay moments are a joy for us to watch, and that's probably my favorite part of Civ, just experimenting with everything. But I wanted to look back to this. It says, the biggest change was consistent monthly updates. So, yeah, he's just basically confirming how this has changed from Gathering Storm. And yeah, I think the season pass is interesting. I think they could definitely develop more on that, but for now, I just want to finish reading this. So the big stars of the show, though, as always, were our new leaders and civilizations. In addition to serving those same core strengths of replayability and player-driven story, they are our historical foundation. As with every civilization release, we carefully considered which leaders and civilizations to add. We considered factors like geography, time period, gender, gameplay, personality, not liking the gender contextualization there, but anyhow, and familiarity. Mixing together classic favorites like Maya and Portugal with surprising newcomers like Gran Colombia and Vietnam resulted in a fun cast of characters. Our team loves to see the flurry of historical interest and research that accompanies our announcement of a new leader. For example, I was surprised to find out how many people did not know about Simón Bolívar, which is fair as he is not too known to North American audiences, and was happy to play a small role in helping them discover a new part of history. We also love to see our Vietnamese players posting their excitement about playing as their own civilization in our game for the very first time. Civilization is truly an international game, not only in its content but also in its community. We are honored to be a part of it. From the entire team here at Firaxis, thank you for coming along with the ride in this year of Civilization. Whether you brought the New Frontier Pass right at the start or only have the base game, whether you are new to the Civilization series or have been playing with us since 1991, which is damn, Civilization has really been around for 30 plus years. I feel very old now, but you are the best fans in gaming. So thank you, first of all, Anton. I guess if any of the devs are watching this, thank you for writing this very heartfelt letter. And also, all of the devs, I think, over at Firaxis took the time to make Reddit accounts if they haven't made some. I know some kind of peruse the Civ Reddit and the Civ Fanatics forums very loosely and comment from time to time. But I think there are several new accounts that the devs took the time to make over here at Reddit. And you can see there's lead designers like Rachel and I believe Kevin Schultz, who were commenting here, and then there were some smaller designers who are new, like Bill. So amazing to see all of the feedback, which is great from the devs. Yeah, Kevin Schultz here interacting with everyone, and just great to see everything. Also, congratulations to Carl Borderline, or Carl Berrien, for his promotion to junior developer. But I'm not going to take the time to read all this. You guys can read it in the description. I'd be like, my throat would be shot. But I don't have the time nor the stamina to read that. But I really appreciate all of the developers reaching out, and just, I don't want to speculate too much, but I'm kind of split 50-50 on whether the developers will continue after reading this. It kind of sounds like it's very vague purposefully. He may be alluding to something in the future, maybe a Civ expansion, a smaller Civ pack, or maybe something else, just depending on where humankind is. I can understand why they would wait and see the feedback. But as I understand it, the New Frontier Pass has been fairly successful. So I'm not sure if this is a farewell just because of the wording. I'm kind of caught up on that. But I mean, if you just look at the wording at the end of this, it says, thank you for coming along for the ride in this year of Civilization, not like final year. I don't know if I'm reading into this too much, but this year. And he's kind of said similar things like, this season update. I think Kevin even said, Kevin Schultz, he said this season of Civilization or something along the lines of that, or the season of the pass. So I don't know if I'm reading into that too much. I know Civ Fanatics loves to read into these kind of little tidbits of information and dissect it until there's only like bits of marrow left. But I don't know. I'll let you guys speculate in the comments whether you think they're going to continue on or not. I don't know. I think they might release some kind of smaller pass, but I don't want to get too much into it and just start rambling on a tangent. But thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I guess if Civ ends here, I won't be too sad, but it's been a really great set of 3 kind of expansions and big major content updates. So I think overall the New Frontier Pass has been pretty good. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, but I think so far, if this is the end, I think I'm okay with it. So again, thank you guys so much for watching me and joining me. It's been a while just reflecting back on when we started out with Civ, all the way back in November. So I hope we can continue on to whatever next installment Civ brings. And again, thank you guys all for joining the channel. And if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys all later. All right, peace. Love you guys.